Okay, it's been drying about 2 days now, and this paint job is so complex that I've had to try to think this through. So the gist of it is I've made the templates. This is going to get taped off. This part here will remain white. And I made this template, and this part here will remain white. Then I'm going to come back with yellow, and I'm going to shoot around this area right here, and this. And I'll be masking an 1/8" yellow line around that area around here. And here it gets a little larger yellow stripes, but the gist of the paint job is we're going to have checkerboards in the leading edge. There'll be checkerboards in this white stripe here, and then my scallops that go on the nose. And I still haven't figured out how to backmask those and make them look right, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to cheat it. I'm going to have to paint this purple, then come back and dust, take off my stripes that I want, then dust on some primer, and then shoot white and yellow up on the nose, because there is no way, with as complex as that is, to backmask it. Now I'm sure some pro painter probably knows how to do it, but I've thought about it, and I can't figure it out. And that's basically the same what's going to happen with the tail, because the tail is yellow, green, and it also has some purple in it, some purple swatches and whatever. So I'm going to have to shoot the yellow, take the yellow off, shoot the green. I want to try to keep the lighter colors going on first. White, of course, is the lightest. Yellow is the second lightest, and then the green is the third lightest. And I'll backmask the green tail, and then of course shoot the purple, and the black checks on top will be last. I've changed my mind on the bottom. I was going to do the whole bottom of the airplane yellow, but I don't foresee that happening. I'm going to make it symmetrical, and of course we might get a yellow flaps here. They might look good yellow. Everything's still debating. So today I'm going to start taping this off, and I'm not going to run the camera while I'm doing that, because it will be an all-day project taping this off. And what I use for the outline is the blue 3M fine line tape. It's the only thing that works. So, first thing I'm going to do is take that off, and we'll be back. As I'm taping, I'll check in with you guys to show you some of the progress during the day. We'll tape on it for an hour or so, and then come back as I get one side done, and then try to match the other side as well. So we'll see you in a short. Okay, we're going to try something different on this airplane. Normally I use a low-tack mask from the sign shop. Well, I remembered seeing somewhere about shelf paper. Well, I tried to tape this business out, and man, it's just ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some masks. I went to Lowe's, and I bought low-tack shelf paper with the peel and stick laminate, 20 inches by 30 foot for $10. That's a pretty good deal. Well, I already did a sample piece to see if it was sticky enough, and it is. So now we're going to have to cut some masks. So I'm going to clean up a spot on the bench here. We'll probably spend a couple hours cutting masks. I just can't afford to have the sign shop do it. Well, first off, this is a complex type setup. This is one of the cardboard templates. This is the other. And as I stated, I tried to tape them out and I couldn't make it exactly perfect. So if I cut 4 pieces like this and apply them on the airplane, they kind of have to be perfect. So, that looks pretty good like that. So we're going to cut 4 masks. We'll see what happens. I'll be back in a minute after I get the bench cleaned up, and we'll go through some of that. I've got so much time invested in this airplane, I don't want it to come out any less than stellar, so I definitely have to think of some new ways to do things. So we'll be back in a minute. Well, that worked out pretty painless. I cut 4 stencils, they're all identical. 4 masks, they're all identical. Now it's just a matter of measuring and getting them laid down. I wish they were a different color than white, but they only had white paper. So kind of out of luck on different colors. But I think that's going to work out real good. This one here will be a little more difficult to figure out. But I'm going to cut the camera because I'm sure this is going to take quite some time to measure and get laid out correctly, and I'll be back. Okay, I thought that I would show this because I got the mask on the other side, and this is really good. I'm real happy with this. It is a little difficult to position and get exactly correct because it is sticky. Come on now. But I thought I'd show how this is done. It's really pretty good. Yep. My beard keeps getting caught in the in that thing. Yep, gonna be time to cut the old beard off. Let's see if we got it now. Well, gotta go this way just a little bit more. I will definitely use this method again. God, too far now. Positioning is a little difficult. I keep missing it by a 1/16 of an inch. I know people say, well, that's not that much. Well, it is to me. There, we got it. This stuff is great. You know, I can tell this already. This is going to be absolutely perfect. I'm glad I got this stuff. It's just low tack shelf paper from Lowe's. Now there's no, as long as it's in the correct orientation, which it is, because they were all cut at the same time to the template, they're going to be exact from left to right, and it doesn't matter. So that's really good. When you're taping them off with fine line, it's really hard to get it to turn exactly the same both directions. At least it is for me. So this way is going to be just fine. So now we'll do the bottom side. And it should be easier because it's already marked where it has to go, right here. I could conceivably get some yellow on this today. I've been thinking about this all day long, how to do it and get away with it and make it perfect. I just uploaded the video for the wheel doors, and these turned out really nice. They're really nice. Now, if I would have been thinking ahead, I would have had the sign shop cut me some checkerboard stencils, and I would have checkerboarded the leading edge and then backmasked it. So now we're going to have to come back and remask that, which it's not a big deal. It's just something that would have been easier. So now and I'll cut the camera now that I've got it figured out. I just wanted you to I wanted everyone to see with just a little thought that life could be easier. Now this is going to be difficult to get mated up right. Come on now. Take it off. Yep, I think the beard is going to get lost tonight. Getting glued on the paper. Feels like color forms. So that's really good. No chance of pulling the paint off like masking tape does. That's right. That's right on the money, so we got to get it to lay down now. Positioning the stencils. We'll talk about that. Very important that it lays down 100% with no air bubbles in it. And you say, well, why is that? You have air bubbles in it, it will bleed somewhere. The static electricity will help hold it down if it's all down and no air bubbles. Alright then. I've got to make sure that that is exactly correct in the front, which it's a little off, but that's okay. I'm going to cut it with a knife to make sure that it's straight. It's about a few thousandths off, but we can live with that. See how this works here. Okay, this is a little different on the top, so we're going to have to pull this around forward. That's good right there. So that worked out good. Now where the two met here in the front, it's just a few thousandths off. So I'm going to get a new scalpel blade. I've been using surgical scalpels. Number 11 surgical scalpels. They're sharper and cheaper. It was $6 for 100 blades plus the handle. You can find those on eBay. Just type in scalpel. Perfect. So now there's a slight gap in the leading edge. And that's alright. We'll just put a couple pieces of masking tape on it. I will probably cut the checkerboard mask out of this stuff too. I can't complain. I could tell, but it's going to work perfect. What a move. That was so slick taking that stuff. Make sure that you got this thing all sealed off, because we're going to be painting purple, and well, yellow first and then purple. And I got to tell you, I got a feeling that purple is going to find its way anywhere that there's something not masked. Kind of like red. Red will find the holes anywhere. Okay, so that's that side, and now we'll do this side. Can't complain about that. I might even, now that I've discovered this stuff, I might add a little more fancier stuff on this airplane. But if I'd have had to tape it, there's no way. I'm going to cut some stencils for the wheel doors. And we're going to carry the intricate paint job over onto the wheel doors. So I like these doors. Boy, they turned out really slick. Neat shape to them. This one here needs a little doctoring, it looks like. Got a little spot right there. So I'll hit that little spot with some sandpaper and another coat of white. I already have some white mixed up. I'm going to have to get another one of these paint guns for white only, because I gotta tell you, I painted that purple with this gun underneath the canopy, and I cleaned it real good, so I thought, no, it kept spitting out purple, so can't get it clean enough. That's alright. We got her pretty good. Okay, so now we'll add this other piece and then I'm done, and I'll cut the camera and I'll figure out what I'm going to do with my stripe on the fuselage. I might even be able to get away with that complicated scallop on the nose now that I'm doing it this way. have spent all day backmasking. This is either going to be a success or a huge failure. I've never done this backmasking business like this. I normally paint them what color and then paint the trim on. But because this was such a complicated paint scheme, I figured backmasking would be the best route. So now the drill is I'm going to mix up some green paint. And I'm going to paint the tail green. It'll be an hour or so for that to dry. And I'll backmask it. And we might get the purple on it today. I'd like to get it off as soon as possible, or get it painted as soon as possible, for the simple fact I have all this tape on it, and this shelf paper, which I have never used before. So far, I like it. We'll see how it comes off, and whether it seals the paint. So now, it's a little bit of detail sanding, any of the spots. So what we have going on here is we're going to have a white nose with a yellow stripe around it, and this is all checkerboards, black checkerboards, a white leading edge with a yellow stripe around it, checkerboards, and a green tail. And like I said, it's either going to be a huge success or a monumental failure. I'm not quite sure. Seeing as they're never doing it this way. At least I'll know on the next go around whether I should do it this way. So let's mix up some green paint, and I guess I could shoot this on camera. It's I mean, we're not going to have much green on it. I think that I will, if I'm going to have any green elsewhere, I will paint the green afterwards. I don't think I'm sure backmasking is probably the best way to go. But it's just such a pain in the ass. I went and got some cheap thinner from Lowe's for cleaning. I couldn't see using that expensive thinner for cleaning the gun. It's just straight up old lacquer thinner. Has a weird smell to it. It was only $17 a gallon, as opposed to the $50 a gallon for good thinner. But we're just using it to clean the gun, and I don't foresee any problems with that. It would probably work for the paint too, but so now I have to make up my mind. Do I want the darker green or the brighter green? And I guess we'll try the dark green or the light green first. And if I don't like that color, I can always put some dark green over it. I went ahead and painted all that yellow to give it sort of a base to brighten up. I don't know whether that'll work either, but I don't know how much weight it's gained, if any. I mean, it has to have gained some because we're adding some material to it. But I can hardly wait until I can paint the purple. Boy, that is lime. But it won't take much. I'm going to have to shut the camera off when the compressor runs, or so I'll just go ahead and shut it off now because I know the compressor is going to come on. So we'll see in a bit. Well, I think we're one back mask away from the purple. And I'm kind of debating on how to do this to make it look tied in together. I'm thinking about just coming around this way, so I better hit that again on the top there. We'll go ahead and I turn the compressor off so we can, because we're just going to hit there. Because this whole tail will be purple. Or the whole tail will be green. And I think that's probably the best way to do it. We'll just go around this way and paint that purple. This is by no means a classic paint job. It is absolutely way out there. I was looking for my scale. The shop ate my scale. I was trying to figure out how much weight all this paint is added. Because at some point I'm going to have to stop. There we go. Let's measure the flaps. This is just a guess now. Seven. $2.7. I'll have to weigh all this stuff up. Got probably at least an ounce of tape on there, maybe 2, but at least I can get an idea. Not that bad. 5 minus 7 is 16. 10, 13. Yeah, we haven't gained hardly anything, so I'm happy with that. And I got to take the tape and stuff off of it. There's a lot of tape on this thing. So when this paint dries, I'll be marking a line around there. See, how do I want to do that? Actually, I need to put some more green on it to make it blend nicer. That should be good, and we'll just come around this way. The top will be purple, this will be purple, the bottom will be purple. Of course, it gets black checkerboards in here, and it gets black checkerboards in the white center stripe that's surrounded by 2 yellow stripes. So, as I stated, if it works, it'll be a great success. If this doesn't work, it'll be a monumental catastrophe. It'll be an airplane for sale. So, we'll see you in a bit.